Hello, everyone. Um, I want to talk to you about cliff jumping. Just so you know, I have a real problem sitting normal, so I do move around a lot, and I'll put my knees up, and yeah, I have a problem sitting still. I'm kind of hyperactive. So anyway, back to cliff jumping. It's not literal cliff jumping. Obviously, I'm disabled. I'm not going to jump off of a cliff. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to do that because, yeah, if there's no water down below, then you're going to get in trouble. But cliff jumping as a Christian, and this will be somewhat of a Christian video, it's in your own life. You don't have to be a Christian to learn how to cliff jump. However, I want to focus on allowing God to catch you. Um, Christians are taught to not lean on their own understanding, and that's where the cliff jumping comes in. And um, I cliff jump all the time. I've said in other videos, I'm an introvert. I'm social. I can talk to people, but I'm more of an introvert. I tend to be quiet sometimes, and it's usually when I'm going through things. So making these videos is cliff jumping to me. I'm jumping off and allowing God to catch me. He's taught me a lot in my life, and that's why I make them, is to share with others what I've learned over my long lifetime. So trusting God is one of the hardest things to do because you're believing in something that you can't see. You're believing in something that you don't know is going to happen. And that's where cliff jumping comes in. We always lead with prayer, and you hear me in a lot of videos talking about that. Prayer, 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 pray, pray. So when we're cliff jumping, we're usually at a point in our life where we have to feel like we have to make something happen, like we're stuck in this rut that is keeping us from moving forward. And so we want to open doors to make things move, and cliff jumping does that. That's one of the reasons as Christians we're taught to not lean on our understanding, is because sometimes the reason we're not moving forward is because we're not trusting God to catch us enough. We have to have everything lined up and planned. And life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you have to open every door to figure out which door it is that you need to go through. I'm very planned, very organized. And when things are not going my way, or there's nothing to make plans for, it gets really difficult for me. I get really stressed. That's usually when my depression hits. Because again, it's that rut and you don't feel like you can get out of it. But what you need to do is run and jump. Run and jump. Get up out of it. Get off of it. Get down over it. And move. You need to make some kind of movement. So you need to pray. And you need to trust that God is going to catch you. If you feel like it's something that you need to do, like me with these videos, you need to just jump and trust that God's going to catch you. And for me, I've talked about my imagination before. I have an incredible imagination. I can make my brain see things that aren't actually there, and no, I'm not crazy because I realize that they're not actually there. But I can envision these things, and I can create with my mind, so to speak. So when I'm cliff jumping, it's usually that point, like I said, where I feel stuck and I feel like I'm not moving anywhere and I need to open some kind of door, and I will pray, what do you need me to do? What do you need me to do? And then I will choose something, and I will run and I will jump off that cliff, and I see myself jumping, and I envision God's hands catching me before I hit the ground and die. That is cliff jumping, and understanding that God is going to catch you, and He's going to make this good. He's going to open those doors. He's going to let you out that window. He's going to close the bad doors and open the one that you're supposed to go through. He's going to do all those things and guide you to a blessing in your life. So, cliff jumping, not literal cliffs. Please do not jump off a literal cliff. or a literal bridge or a literal building. If you feel like you need to do something like that, please talk to me or somebody. I'm always here to listen, or you can find me on Facebook at HM Weimer. Always. Do not physically do that, please. That is not what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting a spiritual jumping off a cliff and trusting God to catch you. So in Jesus' name, that's what I pray for you this week, that you know that you're not alone, that you don't literally jump off of anything that's going to cause you harm. In Jesus' name, and in Jesus' name, that you find what it is that you're looking for, that you learn to get out of that rut and you learn to jump off the spiritual cliff and know that God's going to catch you, and you start to trust that. In Jesus' name, I pray that for you this week. And as always, believe and make it so.